Let us start with an example. You found the perfect partner for your company in China and they've invited you to take a tour of their factory before signing the contract. After the tour, you went to a local restaurant. You sat where you liked, made small talk and joked with everyone around you. You felt comfortable enough with them to point out some minor details in the factory that weren't directly related to the business. When you meet the team the following morning, to your surprise, they are not ready to sign the contract and you go home without the deal. So, what happened? It turns out you were blissfully unaware of the cultural nuances of working with Chinese organizations. What you thought was a casual conversation during dinner with Chinese work acquaintances actually wasn't. It was part of the vetting process. It was also a big hit to the manager's mianzi or face, a social concept that connects honor, dignity, prestige, and self-worth. What you lacked, and what could have saved you the additional 6 months needed to re-establish the relationship with that company, is proper cultural awareness training. Cultural awareness training is the process of becoming aware of and understanding cultural differences. Through awareness training, you gain what is called cultural competency, or to be more precise, skill and knowledge you consciously use to effectively overcome existing cultural differences. To gain cultural awareness, and ensure the best possible results, you need to go through 4 stages. The first one is gaining awareness that you're wearing your own cultural lenses through which you look at other people, their work, and their culture. The second stage is developing an understanding of other cultures, their values, and worldviews. The third stage is to acquire necessary respect towards the cultures that differ from yours. The final stage is developing practical skills through training. These kinds of training help you develop a detailed understanding of other people's culture, its influence on the style of communication, and even gain skills and strategies that ensure the best possible results of said communication. A group of researchers at the School of Marketing, University of Sydney, concluded in a study that exporters who are sensitive to their partners' cultures will face fewer barriers to effective communication and are more likely to achieve long-lasting successful business relationships. Since the economy in China expanded over the past few decades, people all over the world are showing more and more interest in doing business with partners from China. It started a trend of increasing demand for understanding the unique culture. Now let's take a look at a few key concepts that you need to be aware of for you to work in China. There are many cultural differences between China and the West, so competent cultural awareness training must take you through all of them. Chinese are oriented on the group and the collective. Most of their actions are driven by the effect they will have on their community. Sensitivity to time is also different. While Westerners are highly sensitive to time, a Chinese businessperson takes time as a suggestion, not an obligation. J. Child and M. Warner wrote in research they've done for the University of Cambridge, Culture and Management in China, that nations have their logic of social and economic organization, and that this is difficult to distinguish from their cultural heritage. That is the case when we talk about their relationship towards hierarchy, whether in business or somewhere else. While most of the world's companies today have flat structures, in China everybody knows their place in the horizontal structure and follows the rules that come with it. They also added that the foundation of Chinese respect for hierarchy and the family social collective are based upon the norms expounded by Confucius and legal codes such as those developed during the Tang dynasty. One thing that people overlook, and most of all don't even know about, is the way Chinese people foster relationships and connections called guanxi. David Smith wrote in one of his papers that guanxi involves the cultivation and maintenance of relationships with individuals, where both parties recognize that, as part of the developing relationship, a personal obligation is also developing. It consists of several elements: ganking, emotional attachment; rinking, reciprocal favor exchange; and shren, interpersonal trust. A concept related to guanxi is called mianzi, or face, and it is equally important within the Chinese social or business context. Mianzi is a manifestation of a desire to retain social stability, place in hierarchy, respect, prestige, and not to be embarrassed in social situations. Individuals can lose their face by being directly criticized by someone, or showing emotions publicly. Subscribe for more, and visit countrynavigator.com for full blogs.